Hello everyone, this is Chef Noriack again, bringing you part 3 of our Katia tutorials here. Hopefully these are proving useful to people. Alright, our next one here, as you see, I've advanced the house that we're working on just a little bit here. We're just doing a little basic structure. That's what we're going on. In this video here, I'm hoping to cover a little bit of how to use the Decor Finder tool to mass select things. Very, very useful here. And we'll also be going over some more of the usage of the set to more quickly build things, particularly floors and roofs. Now what I've done so far is, as you see, I've expanded out the walls here all the way around, and all of them are actually linked in part because I use the same linking over there. And to move them real quickly, I would copy, like after I'd move one over, I would use copy on that and then basically paste, a copy over and then just move it over, and bam, there we go, very easily. But now all these floor pieces here, they're all unlinked. So we're going to go ahead and link them all. Now, I could just simply do the target feature and go select everything, but you know what? That would take, like a minute. We could do this a lot faster than that. So we're going to go to the Decor Finder tool here, and in here I'm going to type in, since the name of it is floor, Chua, we're going to type that in, and that will select all the floor chew on here. Now, assuming this is the only floor chewas that you have in this case here, this is I know this is the only ones that are going to be selected here in this case. But now, if you wanted to say only the ones that are nearby you, you could type in like 30, and it would get all the close by. Is what basically 30-meter radius from you. That's what it would do. But in this case, it's selecting all of them there because that's what we have. There. So we are going to go ahead and click on this button and step off them there. And that is actually going to link them all together over here. So bam, there you go. It's all linked together. Now that's really good and handy. Now let's go ahead and use our good old set manager here to go ahead and put them together. We will place all and link. That would get out of the way here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make that in the copy slot 2 there. I'm going to put this in the copy slot 1. There. And there we go. Now we can actually, I'm going to turn this off because if I kept this on, the diff would actually move the what you have selected. That's why it's blue. Anything that's blue is affected by the target. There's. But we're going to go ahead now. We've got that copy slot 1. We'll clone this. And oops. Nope, that's not actually what I wanted to do. I wanted to go ahead and, place all and link again. Is what we wanted to do. There we go. All placed. Let's do that one more time. There we go, and one final time here. There we go. We got a little bit on the outside of the walls, but we can figure that out a little bit later because we can adjust this around. But now we have a nice, easy, floor here. Well, let's go ahead, since we like that little set. Now, again, we're going to use the decor editor here. Find everything. There we go. We're going to select the nice little corner piece as our target. Using the Decor Editor, I'm going to hit this button. There we go. Everything should be linked. And we're going to use the parent button here. There we go. Yep, everything is linked. And yes, you may see here that one piece that you had selected, it stays, looks like it's not linked, but it actually is there. And so it's important to note that's just a little graphical bug. It works perfectly fine. Whenever you have something linked and then you click on or something as part of a linked object and you then click on the main linked object, it will not show up as looking linked, but it actually is. And we are going to add all of this together here, and we're going to place all in link here. This will take a moment because we got 50 pieces now here. Yes, this is 50 pieces of decor. If I was doing this manually, we'd be here for a very long video. So, all right, we're just going to raise that all up. And bam, there we go. We now have a, floor and ceiling done really easily. Yes, I know there are some little cracks over there, but, we can put pillars and that kind of stuff in them later on. And that's basically one of the uses for the Decor Finder. Now let's go a little more broad and fun here. Let's take out the floor chua here completely. I'm going to select this piece here. And now we don't necessarily want the whole plot because there's actually a little bit of stuff built in on the other plot. So we're going to look at a range of 50 here. That should cover basically most of the whole entire building that we've got. You can see there's pillars in there and stuff. One of the ways that I like to make sure that I have a whole entire object selected when I have Decor Finder is I will actually put pillars of a type that I don't use anywhere else on the plot on the edges of the object that I want to find. And that way when I see all 4 of those pillars in the Decor Finder, I know that whole entire object is included. I may have to pick out a few things afterward there, but we're going to go ahead and now link this whole entire building. There, so. Which it actually happens really, really fast. Boom, there we go. Whole building is linked. I can now turn and move the building as much as I like. Spin it around, raise it up. So flip it over just because we can. Whee! Okay, I'm having too much fun. Let's get it back to normal. There we go. Escape button. And that's, basically using the Decor Finder for easily making and linking whole objects there. And now, of course, I can take this whole thing and, once again, put it into the set manager and make a whole entire completely new one somewhere else. There. This is, very useful when you want to, make a house, or multiple houses of a particular design that you like, whether there. So that, you can look like you live in suburbia. There's. That's the basis of the Decor Finder, in a more little powerful sense there, and making use of the set manager. We're also going to include it here. We're going to be working on, I'm going to show you the other use of the Diff tool here, one of the major uses here. All right, we're going to need another pillar here since I'm using Chua pillars elsewhere. For this plot, I don't think I'm going to be using granite pillars, so those are going to be kind of my go-to pillar here. So we're going to make a little spiral staircase because I'm actually going to put the middle here. I want kind of a spiral staircase to go up the middle. Yes, I know there isn't a hole there, but I actually sometimes like to build my staircases outside the building and then move them into the building where they're there, because I can always open up the ceiling afterward and adjust it accordingly. There, because I have fine enough tiles there, we can adjust it around as we need to. I will make this squared off. Nice 90 roll there. And I'm also going to make this targeted. There. That's actually really important on this here. Alright, and we're going to close the Decor Finder. Don't need that here anymore at the moment. Alright, now we're going to make this out of Chua pillars, because I like them. Whether they're easy to work with. They make pretty good steps as well, too. We're going to place our first one onto this pillar. Also for this, I tend to like my pillars a little low here, just so it technically doesn't really matter. It's more of a, it's a guidepost, and in the long run, I will actually take it out a lot of times, assuming I have a way to connect the stairs to make them look realistic to something else. There, which we probably will. And make sure the stair is on the bottom here, because that will be that's kind of our bottom guiding step here. And now for this here, what we're going to do, this is going to be what's determining everything. So we'll get that down to our bottom. I'm going to put that into copy slot 1 here. Now we're going to lift it up a little. Just a very small amount. There, so depends on how big a step you really want here. And this case here, let me just see how much I was doing. Only about like, it looked like a lot. Hold on. All right, 4.88. So we're gonna put it at negative 4.68. There we go. That's gonna be, dude, that might actually be a little bit big. what we're going to see here. Now I'm also going to give it a slight bit of roll here. In this case, that I found I tend to like 15, as my amount of roll that I get here. So now this is going to be copy slot 2 here at this point. Now you can tell that you've got it right. When you go to copy slot 1, you should paste. Copy slot 2 and paste. There we go. We got it going back and forth. Sometimes when I taught this online, I would actually use 2 pillars with it as an example, but this is actually what I do here on this. And now, one of the key things is, this is of course our target, so we need this linked here. This is going to be now copy slot 3. This pillar's going to be a little bit big here, so we're going to shift this down to 75 as our step. That's copy slot 3, right there. Okay, now since these are linked, the key thing is with the Diff feature, it's working with copy slots 1 and 2, which are that little bit of shift between the pillar there. So when you hit Diff now, because it's blue, it's going to affect whatever the pillar is. Also, this is where AutoLink comes into feature. AutoLink is a super powerful tool that's also going to make this a little easier. You're not going to have to hit the link button every single time you do this. If you did, you would have to hit the link every time that you added another step. But this will actually make it so you don't need to. Do make sure you turn it off, because AutoLink works that basically anything that you move or modify or place will automatically be linked to the target object. I have managed to link half of a cliffside to a gazebo once before when I forgot to turn this off that I was working on. And that was kind of fun to unlink everything there. So, alright, let's go ahead now. We're going to go ahead, hit the Diff tool here. Now you see how it pops up. Now we clone. Okay, and we can see right now my numbers were way off here for this particular steps here. So we're going to go ahead and reverse this now. I'm going to create that block here, and we'll go do the standard. Boom, there we go, back to normal. Here. Now let's go ahead fix. Copy slot 1 is accurate still, but copy slot 2, we're going to change it here. Lift it up just a little bit of twist. I gave it a little too much last time, so I mean, a lot of times I eye it, so depending on how big your objects are and that kind of stuff, or small they are, you can adjust how much roll you want. This time we're going at definitely a little smaller about here, so we'll just make it at basically about a 10 instead of a 15. And we're going to copy that into slot 2. Over there. And we'll go to slot 3, which was accurate before. So make sure these are back to 1 and 2. We're going to clone that. Still a little off there. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, let's see, there we go. We're going to cheat a little bit. I just can't, except that didn't work. Oh, it's because AutoLink is still on. There we go, that's why. And I modified it, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and use this to make copy slot 2. And this is going to be copy slot 2 here, so which is actually going to be closer to a 6. Over there. And we'll go ahead, we're going to link this in. Turn AutoLink back on. Alright, now we're going to get to do this right here. So we're going to hit Diff, clone, place. Diff, clone, place. Clone, place. Diff, clone, place. And you can probably see it's already forming up there. But yeah, it's just a simple, thing here, and it's making our nice spiral staircase. And you can hide, some of the edges a little bit, by putting in, curved walls there. So it's almost feel like, repeating this diff, clone, place, diff, clone, place, diff, clone, place, diff, clone, place. Yeah, I can get like as musical things, or I want to sound like a bad Jimmy John's commercial. So I've got this click, order, eat thing that I hear on the radio now and then. So there, and they go click, order, eat, click, order, eat. Anyway, so diff, clone, place. Close enough here. So, and we just are basically going this around here, and soon enough we're gonna have a nice, set of spiral staircases that we can run up there really nicely. Those actually look really good, and you can see how quickly that was done as well too. And now it's all linked to the center pillar, so we can just simply move it into our building. And see that hey, that does, it doesn't quite go to the ceiling yet, but we can adjust a little bit. Or one of the nice things is, since it's all linked, we can also upsize it as well too to make it a little bigger. And there we go. It is now linked in our building. And now what our next step to be would basically be to open up the ceiling here, which we could easily, you'll have to do in a few spots just because you tend to butt heads pretty quick. And there we go. We have a staircase up to the ceiling here. Now we can make this course look a little nicer. Chances are what I'll do is I'll put arches, which I can actually go ahead and do, because one of my other little favorite floor pieces here is the good old arch, the two arch on here. And this also, we're going to go ahead make it a little bit bigger because this is kind of a big space that we got. And we will, oh, I need to turn off that auto link. That auto link's going to get me in trouble because this is now linked to that pillar there. But that's okay. I unlinked it. We'll go ahead, copy, clone it. Oops, I missed the pitch up a little bit. Turn the roll to -90, which should make it reverse right over there. And yes, even though it's just a 0.1 difference, that actually can show up. It can show up a real big difference if you're actually using a diff over a distance as well too. So, and we'll just go ahead, link these guys together, and there we go. We've got a nice little hole opening here, that we can apply into our roof over there. So, since it's all linked already, there we go. Now we can expand that and, adjust the roof accordingly. But that's the basics for it right there. We can fix that up here in a future episode as well too. So, all right, thank you all for watching this. I hope again this has been helpful. That is how to make spiral staircases using the Diff tool and some expansions on the set manager and copy tools there, so that you can more quickly, build easy buildings, roofs, and the like as well. So yeah, again, Katia has a lot of powerful tools, the Decor Finder and everything there as well. So hope everyone is enjoying these videos, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. This is Chef Noriack checking out.